So I figured we'd go through some of these weapons that obtain the ability to either attach or remove sights, to see if one of these two options can actually enhance the weapon or just a specific aspect of it. Is there really a significant difference? In today's video, that's what we're going to find out, specifically for the medium class. We're going to take a look at every weapon that has the option to alter scopes to find out if it truly enhances the weapon or if it's just simply up to preference. But before we get started, if you found this video informative, please smash that like button. It's a small button for you, but makes a huge difference for my small channel. And also, don't forget to subscribe for all things the finals. Let's jump into it. The first weapon I want to start off with is a weapon I just published a masterclass for, which is the HipFire. So with this weapon, you now have the option to remove the sights. And at first, I was pretty excited about this because it would potentially allow for better visibility of the target, maybe even a wider FOV, faster aim down sight movement, or even faster aim down sight speed. That's what you would think, right? With the removal of a scope, the gun would obviously weigh less. Unfortunately though, that is not the case. There is no significant gain in ADS speed. The FOV is not significantly wider. In fact, the only clear upside is less visual clutter because of the removal of the sight, which if I'm honest, does feel pretty good, but it doesn't make a real big difference if you have a sight on it or not. With that being said, the HipFire is still a great weapon that feels really good to use. Hell, that's why I love to use it even after the nerfs. It just needs something done with its recoil to give it back its uniqueness as a precision weapon. Because right now, the recoil difficulty is just too similar to the AKM, which to be perfectly honest is incredibly easy once you've gotten used to the weapon. But there lies the problem. Why not just use the AKM then? And if a dev is watching, please don't mistake this for me asking to make the recoil for the AKM harder. All I'm asking is to keep everything the same with the HipFire, because the weapons right now for medium are feeling the best they've ever felt in any season, but just revert the recoil of the HipFire to the state it was in season 1, or lessen the intensity of the first jump of recoil within the first 10 bullets of the mag. And that's all you would need to do to give the player base one more AR that can stand toe to toe with its peers. I promise it's not going to break the game. It'll just give the players more variety. Alright, speaking of the AKM, and I'm just gonna say it right now, the sight is a massive upgrade for the gun. You can still track fairly well at very close ranges and demolish targets up to 50 meters easily with bullets to spare. Since the beta, the AKM has always been a weapon with the largest margin for error, allowing you to still come out victorious even if you miss half your mag. But the only trade-off was that the recoil was slightly harder than the HipFire. However, with the sight attached, you not only have that large margin for error, but also have incredible precision to go along with it. I highly recommend putting a sight on it because it truly does enhance almost every aspect of the weapon. Up next, we have the FAMAS. Now in season 3, we started to see an uptick in the usage of this weapon, along with the AKM, because the HipFire was not performing as well as it used to. The only gripe was that the FAMAS had one of the worst iron sights in the game. And if you could get past that, you had a gun with the easiest recoil to manage that could comfortably annihilate players up to 50 meters, and had amazing HipFire at that. So needless to say, with the addition of a scope, this weapon went from good to godly. Its ability to accurately shred opponents at any range is, in my humble opinion, out of all 3 ARs, unmatched. I promise, if you get proficient with this AR, you will easily dominate just about every lobby you are in. So needless to say, you would be silly not to attach the scope. Also, if you need any help improving with it, you can check out my masterclass guides right up here for the FAMAS and the AKM. I'll have the link in the description as well as in the comments. Both of these guides are still completely viable and will significantly improve your ability to use both weapons. Now, with that being said, the FAMAS is again, in my humble opinion, one of the best all-around weapons for medium. However, it is not the best. And with the introduction of season 4, we have gained one more weapon for the medium class. That weapon being the DMR Pike 556. Now, if you watch some of my earlier videos, my first impressions using these new weapons, you would know that the Pike is alright with the scope. However, it really restricts your movement because of the intense reticle sway when aiming down sights, essentially forcing you to stand somewhat still to land your shots consistently. But when you remove the scope, unlike the HipFire, clearing visual clutter is not the only upside that this weapon gains. It also receives precision that is unmatched by the LH1 in its prime, basically removing all the sway it once had. And I shit you not, this gun goes from B tier to an undeniable S tier weapon that can be insanely oppressive at very far ranges, as well as annihilate an entire team from close to medium range. Removing the scope from this gun quite literally removes the shackles from this weapon, allowing you to outgun just about anything in your path. The only downside to the pike is the need to strictly adhere to its pace, because if you don't, I promise you, you will miss every bullet in your mag. But once you get used to it, this weapon becomes an unstoppable force. So yes, please do yourself a favor and remove the sights. The 1887 is king for the medium class, no doubt about it. It was incredibly strong in Season 3 and still is in Season 4. However, it does have competition now, and that is, surprisingly, the revolver. When you attach sights, this gun will give the 1887 a run for its money. It essentially compensates for any of the inconsistencies it previously had, and took this gun to the next level. Now, I'll be quite frank with you guys and tell you there is a learning curve, because you cannot treat this gun like a revolver. In fact, the revolver plays so differently now, I'm even considering making a whole new masterclass for it. Anyhow, once you start treating it like a sniper with a red dot, or should I say a slug shotgun, you will start to easily two-tap players up to 40 meters away. As you can see from the footage in the background, which is legit from just 3 matches of gameplay, just how much these sights enhance the revolver is absolutely ridiculous. I have a strong suspicion you're gonna see a lot of players use it along with the 1887 in the final rounds. The revolver went from a niche weapon to a weapon 100% worth mastering. And once you start getting those 2 taps on a consistent basis, it's gonna be hard to use any other close to mid-range weapon. And yeah, that pretty much wraps it up. I'm going to be releasing the review of the light scopes tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. Well, maybe it might be Monday though, because tomorrow's my birthday, so I might need to celebrate a little bit. But I'll be honest with you, you guys being here supporting me is probably the best present I could ever ask for. Yeah, before I wrap this video up, I just want to say thank you for sticking around, for watching my stuff, for giving me a chance. It means so much. That being said though, if you guys enjoyed this video, please smash that like button. Also subscribe for all things the finals. Peace and love guys, and I'll see you in the arena.